I want to welcome you firsthand to episode 14 of our NASCAR Diecast Reviews here on AJ's Diecast News and Reviews. Today we will be reviewing Sterling Marlin's 2006 and 2007 Waste Management Chevy Monte Carlo SS, one of which is made by Team Caliber and the other by Checkered Flag Sports, aka CFS, our first CFS diecast on this channel. When I think of Sterling Marlin, I do not think of this 14 Waste Management Chevy. I think of his iconic Coors Light Silver Bullet, number 40 he drove for Chip Ganassi, or his Kodak car in the 90s. After a continued decline in his driving performance, Marlin was let go from his beloved Chip Ganassi team and separated from his longtime sponsor Coors Light. He now started 2006 with MB2 Motorsports. And unfortunately for Marlin, the year was a dismal one. His best finish coming at Richmond in the form of a 9th place finish, and a full-time career low of 34th in the point standings. This is Marlin's 2006 Waste Management Monte Carlo, made by Team Caliber. Starting at the front, we have a white hood with a green and yellow front bumper that fans out from the center. The hood tells us to think green, as it sits atop a white hood. The well-known Waste Management logo is on the hood as well. Maybe a bit nitpicky on my part, but the front windshield has a gap towards the roofline. It doesn't fill in the gap like it's supposed to. That would be some insane wind force driving at 190 miles per hour. Along the side, the white is kind of covered up by a yellow double-crested swoop. I think around the 14 is a mechanical lift you see on waste management trucks that pick up trash. I could be wrong on that though. You can see the similarity here. The window net is nicely colored black, and Marlin's name above the front side window looks nice in that golden yellow. The green carries on to the rear of the car, where we see a small area of white from the spoiler down to the tip of the rear bumper. A nice Chevrolet is printed on the bumper, as well as that yellow line motif continuing in the rear here. It's nice all the windows have a blackened outline. I think that just really adds to the detail of these cars. It's not so nice, however, that Team Caliber never puts rear taillights on their cars. Why? By this point in NASCAR, every team had rear decals. Come on, Team Caliber. Here's the top view of the car. And here's the other side. The car has a thick and heavy metal chassis with soft rubber tires. A quick stress test shows the car makes no audible creaks when squeezed at the center. And overall, the car feels significant and well built. The front and rear, when squeezed, feel almost as if they're solid metal. This diecast is sturdy. Now let's check out Marlin's 2007 car. MB2 Motorsports becomes Gin Racing this year, and unfortunately, the car performed even worse than the previous season. Heck, they don't even get to finish out the season because Gin Racing merges with DEI at Indianapolis, and the 14-car team was shuttered, and Marlin instantly was out of a ride. The same thing happened to his teammate Joe Nemechek in the 13 car. Unfortunately, Marlin's full-time Cup career was over at the midpoint of this season. But let's check out this diecast, which is now made by Checkered Flag Sports. The front is now all green, with the white on the car minimized in pretty much every area. They went all in with Waste Management's Think Green message this year. The Waste Management logo is fit inside of a stylized, almost retro square. I really like that. On this car, the front windshield properly connects to the roof. The side view of this car is quite handsome as the green, golden yellow, and white merge together in a symphony of colors, really reminding me of the Green Bay Packers if we're being honest. That interesting mechanical arm remains by the number 14, as well as the new Gin badging on the rear quarter panel. Gin was a resort company as well as a racing team. The white does expand though here on the rear a little bit in width, but the spoiler is now black and the bumper has a Chevy logo instead of text. Again, no rear taillight details. Come on. Here is the top view. Here is the other side. The green, unlike the 2006 car, has a nice metallic shine this year. It really sparkles nicely. Underneath, it's pretty much the same as the Team Caliber car the year before, an all-metal chassis, rubber tires, but now we see a CFS stamp here on the lower right. Stress test, the car is sturdy, especially at the ends. Nowhere does the car feel weak. The car also has the same weight as last year's Team Caliber car. You may have noticed both the Team Caliber and CFS diecast seemed pretty much to be the same casting. That's because they almost are. They're very similar. Though CFS didn't use Team Caliber's super chunky mold, they seemed to base it off that and redid the tooling a bit for the 2007 model. It is slimmed down over the Team Caliber one and overall just looks a little bit better, especially towards the front. When Team Caliber got bought out by Motorsport Authentics / Action Racing in 2005, the tooling and car castings were bought by CFS. The last Team Caliber cars were produced in 2006, so CFS had all of Team Caliber's molds moving forward, at least until they stopped making diecasts in and around 2011-2012. CFS diecasts are cool because of their novelty and obscurity. I think of them as an outlier maker of diecasts back in the day, who today no longer produce diecasts, but they do still make sports merchandise. They usually had pretty good car castings, especially when they no longer had to rely on Team Caliber castings, and they are well known for being the only one of 2 diecast companies to make the Nationwide Series Dodge Challengers. Those CFS Dodge Challengers are some of the most sought after, most expensive NASCAR diecasts you can buy. My biggest complaint with CFS is the same sin they share with Team Caliber. Early on, they didn't accurately apply rear taillight decals on their 1/64th cars. Thankfully, they did start doing this later. So despite the terrible seasons these cars had, these cars' schemes have stuck in the minds with NASCAR fans, even leading to it to become quite valuable online. As of 2025, the average price online varies from $30 to $50 for these 1/64th scale variants. What also adds to the rarity is that there is a variant made by CFS Diecast, which is somewhat uncommon, but oddly, they were the main diecast maker who made Marlin's car at this time. Side by side, I like both schemes a lot. I would say that they are handsome and they are very complementary of one another. Clearly an evolution in design. My preferences lean towards the green 2007 car over the 2006 model. That extra green and touch of metallic is what really pushes it over the edge. Write in the comments below which design is your favorite. This time period was a crowded era for NASCAR diecast companies, but also a time of consolidation and big change. These 2 cars we looked at today show the transition from Team Caliber to CFS and tell a piece of diecast history very few people really know about. It also ends the story of Sterling Marlin and his incredible career in NASCAR. These old diecasts tell such a big story, so much so that you're still listening to it. And instead of throwing them aside and forgetting the stories attached to them, we're thinking green and recycling these stories for a new generation. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I hope I have earned your like, subscription, and maybe even a comment below. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.